the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 12 carries, 64 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Back to throw. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball down.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you look at this Bronco defense,
this unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Griffin. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From midfield now, here's Griffin. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down. Maynard. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. In motion left goes a tight end. On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Reaching up for it, and he's got it. A great play there. High in the air to bring it in.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, Griffin. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Griffin.
That is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Griffin. Flush to his right.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted.
And the return will stop right around the 25. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now Griffin on first down. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
And he's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Second down and 8. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now. 17-7.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The Steelers at 11-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Play action. Now Griffin. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Gibbs straight ahead to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 5.
Now it's Griffin. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Steelers ready for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man complete. It's Chambers. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Griffin. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, here's Griffin. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 37.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing again, Griffin.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Griffin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Now, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Griffin on 2nd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On first down, Maynard. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, Griffin. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On first down, Griffin. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They run with Ford. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Griffin. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Steelers are back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Running late. Read a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 29, here's second and a couple. Another run for Gibbs here.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere. As they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Looking to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Griffin. Now a leaping catch. He's got it.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run on first down. Maynard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Griffin.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Griffin to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
on the give. Here's Gibbs.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
There he goes right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Back to throw now on first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back to throw again. And he's got it. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Chambers. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They'll try the left side. Maynard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Maynard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4.
From the gun, it's Griffin. And now here's another interception.
And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Charles Wood. Whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. A give to the fullback on the dive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's got his man on the out route. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for Denver. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Griffin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
On 1st and 10, Griffin. Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
The current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 44, Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Maynard, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Griffin. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
There it is, partner. You see it. Four fingers. What does that mean?
4 fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Over the middle, it's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
First target, first catch, and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Steelers down by a field goal. A little over 50 seconds remaining. And their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. They will start this drive with Ford. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's 2nd down and 3. Griffin. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. Here's Griffin. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
4th down now defensively. Charles, you know they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3.
They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. He's going to let it fly. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. Now Griffin. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
They're now 2nd and 10 from the 13.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end zone on the game's final play.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Pittsburgh, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.